Joining us from UConn, student-athletes Paige Bueckers and Aaliyah Edwards. We'll go right to questions. Please wait for the microphone. Questions? Front row right here.
Hi, Pat Eaton-Robb from the Associated Press. Aaliyah, now that you've made it official that these are going to be your last 2 games in stores, can you just talk about your emotions going into the tournament, and is it going to be any different walking out on that court knowing it could be your last time?
Yeah, I think my emotions going into it is the same, just being ready and prepared for the team that we're playing against and what we got to get done one game at a time. But I think that I'm going to feel a lot more love than I usually do in Gamble, and I've been playing Gamble for a while now, so I feel like just the crowd's going to cheer a bit louder, but it's as long as they're cheering for UConn, that's all I can ask for, and it's going to feel special, but I just want to stay present and stay in the moment.
Question on the left, Maggie.
Maggie Von CT Insider. For Paige, what was it like for you to see Aaliyah's message yesterday and to know that she's taking this next step in her career?
Yeah, just like with Nika, obviously I'm coming back, so kind of partly sad, but also very partly proud in what she's been able to accomplish her 4 years here at UConn, and just an attitude full of gratefulness, gratitude for what we've been able to do together, the relationships and bonds that we've built these past 4 years, and just trying to embrace the rest of the time that we have left and not even think about the fact that they're both leaving, but just super proud and excited to see what's in store for her.
Questions? Alexa, right here on the aisle.
Alexa Philp at ESPN. For either or both of you, having so many freshmen on this team and knowing that this is their first experience with March Madness, what have you been showing them or telling them to get them ready for this moment?
Yeah, we're young, but we don't let that hold us back. I think that we've made it this far with the same team, and there's no difference. So I think as a leader, we're just trying to emphasize that it's the same standard that we hold ourselves to. It's just more is at stake, but that shouldn't change our game. We're still in control of what we can control, and just keep playing how they've been playing. I think they're built for this, and they've been playing fearless, so just stick with it.
Question, Lori on the left.
Lori Riley, Hartford Current. This is for Aaliyah. Can you just talk a little bit more about the decision? Was it hard to make? You know, was it difficult? Did it take you a long time to get to this point, or how did you go about doing that?
Oh my gosh, if it was easy, I would have made a decision at the start of the season. But no, it was a very difficult decision. Everyone can see how special this team is, but behind the scenes, they're even more special to me. And I talked to Coach after the Big East, and that's when I told him my decision. But I don't want it to take away from what we have left to do. It's a celebration, so I tried to emphasize of just how great this program has treated me, how great my teammates and coaches have treated me, and how special this family is to me. And I want to keep it that way, but we're not done yet. We still have a lot of game to play, and we're still trying to achieve our goal.
We'll go to Pat in the front row right here.
For both of you, but Paige, if you want to start, this is going to be the first round sellout in stores since 2002. There's been such a buzz around the women's game this year. Can you talk about what that means to you? What you think has led to all of a sudden people kind of discovering women's college basketball, and what it means to you guys to be playing in front of a sold-out crowd in the NCAA?
Yeah, just seeing the growth, even from my freshman year, of the respect and love, and I think a lot of it is the availability and accessibility, whether it's being on main sports streams like ESPN, Fox, ABC, stuff like that. Women's basketball is starting to be on those more, and you see more women's basketball posts on social media, Instagram, Twitter, all that. So just seeing, like, if you invest in women's sports, it goes a long way. And I've always said women's basketball, women's sports have always been great. It's just now more people are getting to notice it and see that. So the growth has been huge, and definitely here at UConn, they appreciate and love women's sports, women's basketball. So to be able to play in front of Gamble, in front of the best fans in the country, is always a pleasure.
I would also just add to that I think that we're all just happy to be a part of this shift and to continue to push this shift towards people just betting on women. It's important to us student athletes, but more importantly, it's important for the next generation.
Just a reminder, any questions on Zoom, please use the hand raise function. Any questions here? Come back up front.
Aaliyah, how are you physically, and will you be wearing the mask? And how is having gone through that last year going to help you if you are?
I'm doing well physically. Yes, I will be wearing the mask. It's going to make its appearance again. But moving forward, I've worn it before, so I'm more used to it now. But yeah, I'm not going to let it distract me or anything like that. I'm still the same player, so same teammate. So just going to do what we do best, which is win and go out there and put out for UConn.
We have a question on Zoom. We'll go to Kurt. Kurt, what's your question?
Hey, Aaliyah, Kurt from TSN up in Canada. I'm just wondering, before and since you've declared to go to the WNBA, how much conversation have you had with family and friends back in Canada, and how's the reaction been from them?
Yeah, shout out Canada. You said TSN, I think. I heard him say.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Ma'am.
Yeah, a lot of love back home. Definitely, they said that they're going to tune in to us and follow us along the tournament. So, feeling the love and support. Yeah, my family was a huge factor in helping me make this decision. They've supported me for 4 years here and will support me forever. So, shout out to them and also my Canadian family. I wouldn't be here without them, and humble beginnings for sure. But I think that I'm going to make even more memories in my next chapter.
Any other questions for Paige or Aaliyah?
For either of you guys, from a basketball standpoint, what have you just been focusing on in practice the last few weeks to be ready for the rest of the postseason?
Just tightening up on the little things, continue to hone in on what we're good at and keep practicing that, but also what we need to focus on moving forward in our weaknesses and teams are going to try to exploit. I think rebounding, defending, communication are huge things that we're working on this past couple weeks. But again, just looking at the film from the Big East tournament and seeing what we needed to improve on and really focusing on that and continuing to build championship habits in practice. And, yeah, just honing in on the little things.
Question right here from Pat.
For both of you, obviously you guys have gone through a lot of injuries this year, and now you're down to basically playing 6 players through most of the game. Can you talk about your rest this last week and preparing for this, and how much of the coaches emphasize staying out of foul trouble?
Yeah, I think the whole season we've tried to balance work and rest, managing our loads, and the training staff, strength and conditioning staff, and the coaches have all worked together on that to do a very good job of trying to balance it as best as we can. But heading into the tournament, it's win or go home. You play every game like it's your last, and try to keep competing for 40 more minutes. So that's all we're really focused on. But again, just trying to make sure we don't overdo it, but also not taking too much rest, and that we have a lot to prepare for and a lot to be ready for. So I guess just kind of balancing those things.
Yeah, I mean, that's the obvious. I think that with limited players and not as deep of a bench as we would have hoped for, that's one of the factors that we need to take in consideration coming into these upcoming games. But I think that we'll do all right. We just got to stay more disciplined in the things we're trying to execute. And I think, as we said, this past 2 weeks or so, we've just been trying just to be staying intense and staying locked in, but also just playing smart. We got to play hard, but it's the smartness that's going to help us go far.
We'll go to Maggie, second row on the left.
Maggie Von CT Insider. Aaliyah, in your post yesterday, you said that UConn has made you ready and prepared for the next step. Can you just elaborate on that and what this program does to help people, marriage or go into that next career?
This program is built for pros. It trains you to be a pro from early on, and it challenges you. I think that's the biggest thing that a lot of people don't understand with UConn, even though, Coach has all his accolades and Coach has created so much success for the program, for the players. I think the one thing with the players, it's a challenge and it's a grind all the way through. And at the end of the grind, in the moment, you may not see what's at the end of the light, but I feel like, as I said in the post, I feel ready, and I feel like Coach has prepared me, my teammates have prepared me, and I just feel mentally, physically, emotionally just ready. But as I said before, I don't want this to kind of pull us back from what we have left to do. But I'm excited for the next chapter, and I feel ready to go.